kinda like complicated. I never know what I'm chasing, no. I don't need someone to save me, but you appear like a lightning bolt. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. There's magic in your rhythm, like a shockwave to my system. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. 'Cause every time I'm with you, you're my one and only elixir. Like a magnetic attraction, a supernatural vertigo. It's a chemical reaction, something I never imagined, no. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. There's magic in your rhythm, like a shockwave to my system. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. 'Cause every time I'm with you, you're my one and only elixir. You're the one that lights me up, ah. You're the one that lights me up, ah. You're the one that lights me up, ah. You're the one that lights me up. Baby, you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. There's magic in your rhythm, like a shockwave to my system. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. 'Cause every time I'm with you,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Learn With Me live stream. My name is Ashley. I am a senior developer here at NVIDIA and a developer advocate for Omniverse. I live stream twice a week, usually on Monday and Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. And this stream is all about learning with me. I started this because there's so much of Omniverse that I wasn't familiar with, and I wanted to dedicate time out of my week to learning how I could accelerate my workflow through extensions, connectors, just whatever Omniverse had to offer. And I thought, what better way to do that than through a live stream, because the community is so good at helping each other. So with that said, I am pretty active at looking at the chat. So if you see me struggling with something and you might have an idea how to move me forward, feel free to put in the chat your idea. Or you can just hang out like Zia and Data Juggler do every week. Thank you all so much. And I don't have a dog today. Well, I have dogs in my house, but for the last 2 streams, I usually have had a dog join me, but not today. They are napping behind me, so we're going to let them relax. And I'm going to throw my face over in the corner here and start with my normal resource page. So I share this at the top of every stream, just so that I don't have to spam the chat, and that if you are watching later, you can access this down in the description of this video on YouTube, and it has all of the links that I talk about throughout the stream, starting with code of conduct and the getting started page. And also, we do have a new community challenge starting sometime soon. So if you're watching this later, this is probably going to change. It was the seasonal art challenge. You can go to just the forums announcement page, and there'll be a new community challenge kicked off through an announcement. So probably in the next few days, I imagine. So keep updated with that by checking the forums. And then another link I have that's really important on the resource document is the Omniverse calendar. If you don't have this added to your calendar, then you are missing out on great streams like mine, the Isaac Sim office hours, Omniverse community live streams every Wednesday, and even Eric's EDIO that he kicked back up since he's been back from the big project he was working on. So you want to make sure you have this to your calendar so you can get reminded when those are starting. And then if you go to this resource document and you scroll down, these are all of the essential links for each stream that I've talked about. You have all of the ones in the past, like the no code UI I did last week, combo box, and other developer resources. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more organized. Today I'm going to be talking about the UI checkbox, because we're going to be doing multiple choice UI, and that's going to be using a checkbox. So I have our documentation link here. Just gives you your attributes examples. And then I link to the GitHub that I'm going to be looking at very closely today, because it's an example UI window. It has a lot of great features like an int slider, how to use labels, a VStack, a ZStack, using a color picker, and of course the UI checkbox. And if you wanted to learn how to create this step by step, there's even a tutorial. So you can go into the README of the GitHub repo, and it shows you all the way from start to finish how to create that sample extension UI. So, okay, I think that is it. Let's go ahead and throw my face away so that we can see Omniverse a little bit better. I think it's this one I always pick. And minimize this. Make this bigger. Unfortunately, I can't resize Omniverse font to be bigger, so just try to get as much screen space as I can. I'm going to start by creating an extension. Really simple to do. I've created checkboxes before, so let's see if I can remember how to do it once we get the UI going. I'm going to create a new extension, and I have all of my extensions loaded in the Omniverse extensions folder that I created. Let's call this Learn With Me Multiple Choice. And we'll call the extension Learn With Me dot checkbox UI. Let that load up. That's going to give me my template window here and my VS Code. So go into extensions, my Learn With Me folder, my extension.py. Make this bigger and easier to read. And let's go ahead and get rid of this. We'll pass for now. Get rid of this. No buttons. And save. All right, so we have a blank UI window. Let's rename it to multiple choice UI. Okay. Hey, Juan. Zia said a shopping list. Apple, oranges, bananas. Yeah, we can definitely try to do something like that where we check off that we have them all set. That should be easy to do, I imagine at least. Okay, so let's start with a label. And we'll call this... I have GitHub Copilot on, by the way. So if you see all these autofills, it's my Copilot being like, this sounds good. And sometimes I agree. Sometimes I disagree. Let's do shopping list. I think the L has to be capitalized in label. Yep. Bring that back. There we go. Let's throw this here. And I'm going to put a UI spacer. Put that at the top. Can we add images? Oh, goodness. I'm not sure if we'll get to that today, but we can try. And then let's... I know it's just UI checkbox. Look, it wants me to put milk. Oh, it broke. Checkbox is there, but how do we give the checkbox a name? Really easy just to click on and off. Let me go into this and I'm gonna find where they do the checkbox. Add a checkbox. Oh, you give it a name. Attribute bool, attribute name. I like this. I like this. The only thing, my bone to pick with it is it doesn't tell me why I use these things. Attribute name. What's that linking to? Trying to see if it's listed in the attributes here. Well, I do have bool. Oh, so I guess it's grabbing this attribute, bool. And this property holds whether the widget is visible. and it's your keyboard argument. Okay, that makes sense. Like a radio button? I hate to do this to you, Data Juggler, but I have not used a radio in like 20 years. So, I don't know. Go back to my code. So, name equals attribute bool. Only one option can be selected at a time. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, then it wouldn't be a shopping list though. So if Zia wants to do a shopping list, then we would just have a bunch of checkboxes and be able to check off when we have them on. But if we want to do it to where one is selected and the other one is off and vice versa, then we can change that around. But I do want to just see what the point of having an attribute bool on. I don't think it makes a difference. It looks like I can get rid of it and it works all of the same. This adds a label control pair with checkbox. A checkbox control allows your user to set a Boolean value. Okay, so I'm going to add that to my label. I need to get rid of my spacer so my checkbox is next to it. How did they make it next to it? They use with. With equals 10. What if this has H stack in it and they're both in the same H stack? Oh. Doesn't seem to make a difference. I'm just trying to get this checkbox to be next to the label. And I think I might have to change this. There we go. Now I should be able to adjust the width of this. Nope. That was driving me nuts. I had to make sure they were next to each other. I can probably get rid of this and it won't affect it. It made no difference. Okay. So I don't really understand how these connect together and what the point of it is. Why, if I have an attribute name, it's a pair with the attribute bool. So I don't know. There's not really any explanation on it here. Maybe one for Maddie or Jen. Yeah, that's a great one. Let me see. There used to be an extension you could enable. And I think I showed it last stream, but it's not working for me right now. It's the OmniUI documentation builder. And when I enable it, it doesn't pop up and it's not in, I can't turn it on anywhere. So I was trying to see if I could use that because I remember this has like a code you can copy that kind of breaks down the checkbox. So if you're watching this and you're just as confused as I am with what those attributes mean and why they can connect to each other, try enabling this and see if it works for you. I've been having trouble with it. It's probably something with my cache that I have to reset. So it's supposed to just pop up, but it doesn't. Not for me. Not today, at least. But since that wasn't working for me, I used my favorite tool, ChatGPT. And I was like, how would ChatGPT do this? To see if it used those attributes. And it doesn't. It just uses like a value function, which is connected to here. So I'm actually just going to copy this. Because this should work where if you click one, it doesn't click the other. But I haven't tested it yet. I was waiting for the stream to do so. Let's go here. I find that ChatGPT is actually, or I use ChatGPT 4, and it's actually pretty great at giving correct Python code. But you have to like specifically say write Python. Or else it will just explain to you how to do it. And sometimes that's not always clear. My extension broke. What did I do to break it? All right, let's go check my console. Well, I'm going to clear this. Let's go save 11 errors. Has no attribute on checkbox 1 changed. Where would you add that? Has no attribute on checkbox 1 changed. Maybe it needs to be indented? Nope, that's too far. Oops. That's weird. This thing is not untabbing. Why is it saying there's no attribute? Oh, okay. So this is reading it as an attribute. So GPT, you lied. It's probably something like this. Would it be the bool? Selected bool. This property holds a flag that specifies the widget has to use each selected state of the style. Checked bool. This property holds a flag that specifies the widget has to use each checked state of the style. It's on the widget level because the button can have sub-widgets that are also should be checked. That are also should be checked. Mouse pressed function callable sets the function that will be called when the user presses the button inside the widget. The function should look like this. On mouse pressed, where the button is the number of the mouse button pressed. I'm gonna Google NVIDIA Omniverse checkbox example. Oh wait, code samples. Checkbox. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I don't know what e-checked means. I don't know. And it's a little doesn't make sense to me either. Yeah, definitely it's different selected options. I just don't understand how to use that attribute. So good thing Maddie has made all of these code samples. So here's an example checkbox. Oh, you can give it a string field. So this is how you name it. But this is not, I don't have an example of how to use the clickable thingy. Interactive UI examples. Omni example UI. Maybe I'm turning on the wrong extension. Omni example UI. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I was turning on the wrong extension. No wonder it wasn't working. There we go. Okay. Checkbox. A radio box, like Data was saying. I don't know what that means, though. We need another term for it. Radios are not super relevant for me anyway. Let's copy this. I've never heard the term radio box before. Get rid of that. Goodbye. Oh, this added so much. Okay, we have checkboxes like radio. Ugh. It says we all know radio button. I don't. And let's tab these. Well, it has to be in the stack. Save. We got all of these. And they work like a radio, as y'all say. So now let's just change them to have the labels that we saw. Let's go here, go back. And we can give it a UI string field. Let's copy this. And go here. I would like to space them out a little bit. Let's see what we're doing in real time. UI spacer width equals 2. Maybe a little bit more than 2. Let's try 4. That's good. Let's just... All right. I was using a ton of spacers. Let's give this a height. Oops. Oh, too much. I'm trying to get it away from the top. Maybe this one needs a height. Oh, I broke it. Because I already have a height. Oh, whatever. I'll stop being OCD about it. And let's do the string field thing. It was this. Copy. Oh, I guess not in there. Here. And it would be first. The model is like radio, right? Let's see if that worked. It broke. Oh, the model is the checkbox. I was thinking of it as the function. It is not the function. So it's just called first. That makes sense. Oh. I can't give it my own name. Like I want it to be that, but it just shows the true or false. Maybe the attribute name is style type name. By default, we use type name to look up the style, but sometimes... Okay, no, that's the first style. Never mind. I think it might be the attribute name. Does Omniverse show an example of how to change the name of it? No, it does not. Well, let's do this for all of the checkboxes at least to get that going, and then let's figure out how to set a custom name for them. And so it doesn't show true or false, it shows apples, bananas, and oranges. Or whatever else y'all buy at the store. This is going to be, nope, not that one. Second and third. Maybe I have to put them underneath one another. So this is first. There we go. Put it here. And third. Oops, could have just put one up. Oh, my tabbing is so garbage. Save. Make my window with more. Let's do 600 mega window, and we'll do 100. Okay. So oh, wait. There you go. Set value, apples. Oh, it does. It probably has to be like that. Just a test. No. Maybe I have to do string. No, I thought that might be it, but nope. Not correct. Let's undo. Turn on the model and turn off 2 checkboxes. Yep. All right. So that I was wrong. It's true or false for setting. If this is true, then these are false, and etc. All right. I'm not sure how to change the name of these checkboxes though. I'm gonna try the attribute thing. What was it? Name equals attribute name, and it's a string. I still don't know how to change that though. Maybe it reads like a style. I almost wrote a bad word. Oh, broke it. Ah. Okay, that's not right. It does not read like a style. Nope. I have a feeling we can't either, but why not? You know what? Let's go see if anyone else has done it. So my favorite tip, going to search, once you have your own kit extension loaded, you can search all of other kit extensions by like clicking this little 3 dots and unclicking this, and then you can search whatever you want and see if it's been used in kit before. Report.py has used Omni checkbox. Self-selected. Go to... Oh, no. Declaration. Stop it. simple int model. That does not tell me how it's been named. This doesn't have a name either. Self.text visibility of selected prim. In the next example, abstract value model. Oops, I'm trying to make Visual Studio Code smaller so I can read. We could change the value of a label based on read values of the checkbox. Feedback to user, you have chosen wisely. Yeah, we can definitely toggle the visibility of the selected prim if we were like to add it to a value model like we did with the combo box. But I really just wanted to see if I could change it. In the next example, abstract value model class is re-implemented to provide control over the visibility of the selected object. I don't think this changes the text of the checkbox. Visibility model. Let's go see where the declaration of that is. Visibility model is none. Visibility watch model. Oh, I've never used that before. This will be useful for me. Not for this, I don't think, though. Okay, let's find something else. Name, green check. Oh. Is it just that simple? Am I, like, overthinking this too much? Where I'm thinking, like, they're literally just saying this is the attribute's name. I was thinking, like, we have to call the attribute with this, but I think it might just be changing the name? I don't know. No. This makes no sense to me. First string field equals UI string field model. Maybe we'd give it, instead of a model, no. Yeah, instead of a model, maybe give it a name? Well, it got rid of the true or false in there. And this still works. Okay, I think we're getting closer to figuring it out. But how do we set the name of the string field? Let's go look and see what string field says here. Where is the string field? Multi-field? No. Fields. String field. Sets the text to the label. So then you have label.text just changes this. Yeah, we can like type it in and stuff, right? But I want to And then the labels above it change, but I want to like set a default text, right? Maybe instead of a string field, we give it a label. Let's change it to label. UI label. And just call it apples. Yeah, whatever. Good enough. UI spacer again. Width 4. I mean, it's not as pretty as a string field, but yeah, I don't think we can change like a default text to a string field. Kind of a bummer. All right, let's go ahead and just do all that. Change our string fields to labels. Yeah, we are on the same wavelength of ideas. I was determined to get the string field to work, but fail. Oranges. It is definitely not orange season, so probably won't be buying oranges, but we will be buying bananas. Bananas. Oh my goodness, I cannot type today. Apples, oranges, bananas. Oh, what'd I break? Where'd it go? What? Where did... It was working before. I messed something up. Okay, that works. Change it to label. Change the text. That works. All right. I don't know what the issue was, but I just redid it and it worked. It's like turning it off and turning it back on. Add some spacers. There are so many spacers in this. Separate it out so you can read it a little bit better. All right, well, that works. So we got our radio buttons. I'll be sure to remember that. And if we click that we want oranges, then we cannot select apples. And if we want apples, we cannot select bananas or oranges and all over the place. What time is it? Almost time to go. We could take this and add it to a subscribe item function, I believe, to where we could load in like a model. So if we clicked in bananas, it would load in a banana. If we clicked in oranges, it would load in oranges and apples and whatever else we want to change it to. But that might be for another time. So at least we got to fumble around and figure out that we can't add a default text to a string field. At least I could not figure that out in the time that I was looking. And that the extension that we want to enable for the example UI is this one, Omni Example UI. And you get this very lovely extension here where you can copy code. And we also learned that ChatGPT is not correct when asking it to build a checkbox value function. So this is not right. Don't ask ChatGPT to do it. It's got this part right, this part up to here, and then this part wrong. So all good stuff. I may or may not be streaming on Wednesday. We will see. So keep updated on the calendar here. If I am, I will be adding it to the calendar so you can be updated and reminded of when it's starting. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for helping. See you all later. Bye-bye.